We are obsessed with being creative and expressing ourselves. That's who we are. Okay? We are the imagination, personified, manifested, made tangible, made visceral. Okay? But we are imagination itself. You may know of people who lose a sense, right? So if you can't see, your hearing improves. These people are deaf, okay? So they can't hear, but then they're able to see much stronger, okay? And they use sign language to communicate. And one thing that I've noticed in China is that when I go to restaurants, now and then there'll be groups of deaf people communicating with each other. They're always happier. In fact, they're the happiest people you will ever meet in China. And it's not because they're doing sign language, it's because deaf people have a deeper emotional intelligence. And so when they're together, they're able to communicate emotionally, and that brings tremendous joy and comfort to them. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, let's give another example. This is the greatest composer, one of the greatest composers in human history, Beethoven. His music is startling. Okay? His music is extremely famous. Problem is, he was deaf. That's kind of strange. How is it possible for you to be deaf, yet at the same time compose some of the world's greatest music? The answer is, he saw the music. Okay? The music came to him in dreams and was able to see the picture. Okay? Because what is music? Music is vibrations, right? So, but they're like vibrations, they're waves, right? So you can actually see for yourself a movie of vibrations. And the more symmetrical these vibrations are, the more beautiful the music is. Does that make sense? So because he saw the music, he was able to create music that was unique in human history. Others hear the music, but he saw the music and it turned into a movie of movement. All right, this is John Milton. He wrote Paradise Lost. Problem is, he wrote it while he was blind, okay? How did he do that? Because he heard the songs, okay? He turned Paradise Lost into a musical, into music. So he actually didn't need to speak it out. He just heard it out, okay? So he had secretaries who wrote out whatever he sang out. And that's why when you read Paradise Lost, it's actually like music. It's beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful poetry ever composed in the English language. So you can see how resilient the human imagination is. If you want to express yourself, you'll find a way. It's all about will. Do you really want to express yourself? Because if you do, you'll always find a way. All right, so this is another lesson that you will learn this semester. We are socialized into mundanity. Our true selves are divine. Okay? You're normal, you're boring, you're not talented because you believe what others tell you. Okay? Society does not want talented people. Society does not want interesting people. Society just wants robots and slaves. So schools, companies, organizations socialize you into mundanity, okay? Into nothingness. But if you look at your true self, it is divine. Now I'll give you examples of this. A lot of people have Alzheimer's. So what literally happens is they're losing their minds. And this is a self-portrait of an artist who documented himself losing his mind. So when he was first diagnosed, he drew a picture of himself, okay? And then a year later, he drew another picture of himself, and on and on and on. As you can see, by this time, he's completely lost his sense of being, okay? So you can use this picture as a metaphor for Alzheimer's, and you can see for yourself what it means to lose your mind. But there's another way to understand this picture, which is what's really happening is that the artist, he's shedding his artifice. He's shedding his clothing and revealing his true self, okay? What Alzheimer's is losing your socialization. Because you're losing your ability to speak. You're losing your ability to verbalize your ideas. You're losing your ability to communicate with others. And what's left behind are three things. First is your spiritual desires. So a lot of people with Alzheimer's, for whatever reason, they go to church suddenly. Okay, they're not religious. Maybe they grow up in an atheist household. They don't have any association with religion. But once they develop Alzheimer's, they have this spiritual desire to go to church and pray. It's really amazing, okay? That's number one. Number two is they love to sing. Okay? They don't talk, but they sing. The third thing is they draw. Okay? This is a painting by an Alzheimer's patient. Okay? Not great. But guess what, guys? He did this when he was like 80 years old, and he never painted before. Okay? That's pretty amazing. Never painted before, but the moment he had Alzheimer's, his true divine self opened up, and he wanted to express himself. Okay? So what they say about Alzheimer's is you hear voices. You see things that aren't there. It's hallucination. But guess what, guys? I told you this. During the Ice Age era, we all did this. We all believed that we coexisted with ghosts, with spirits, with fairies. Okay, and this was true throughout most of human history. So even though, yes, medically speaking, psychologically speaking, these people with Alzheimer's, they are hearing voices. But the reason why is the voices were always there. We just forgot about it because we're socialized to forget about the different forces, the different voices that exist along us, okay? This is a person who used psychedelics, okay? She's an artist, but she's using psychedelics. And the thing about psychedelics is, it's almost similar to having Alzheimer's, where you shed away your socialization and you almost enter a spiritual realm, okay? As you can see, this is a picture of a cat. What she's doing is she's showing a cat that's the divine cat, okay? She's seeing the energy field of the cat. She's seeing the memory. She's seeing the aspirations. She's seeing the intuition, the imagination of the cat, and embedding it into the artwork. This is another person on psychedelics. What's interesting is there's no time and space in art, in this art. So it becomes almost incomprehensible to us, okay? Why is there a helicopter? Why is there a cat, okay? Well, that's how we truly are, okay? We don't have a concept of space and time. We see things as they are. And this picture shows you that. And we can see how the pictures are, it's a heightened reality, okay? Much more vibrant colors. Okay, another psychedelic painting. Okay, as you can see, no concept of time and space. Okay, it's all just one unity of things. Vincent van Gogh, okay, the greatest painter who's ever lived. His paintings are utterly unique in human history. This is Starry Night, and this is Sunflower, okay? We can see how he has shedded away his socialization. He doesn't care how this is communicated to other people. All he cares is about the picture itself. Okay, so it glows with life.